All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadas. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching, preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning the Bahashem, the house of David. This is Men of Valor Las Vegas Camp. All right, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah, let's go ahead and get into camp. All right, so without further ado, Isaiah 13 and 19. I thought Rush had it.
Yeah. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
All right, so this America, all right, is Babylon that the Bible speaks of. All right, this all these mandates that you're seeing coming abroad from vaccine waters, all right, until you can't go anywhere, all right, unless you have that thing, all right, unless you have Maxine Waters. So Babylon, all right, this is spiritually Babylon, spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah, spiritually Egypt. This is our bondage. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all the way down to Mexicans. All right, if your heritage goes back all through your father's line, then you are an Israelite.
Verse 20. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there.
God, nobody is going to live in Babylon. All right, Babylon is going to be as a memorial. All right, because this place will die by thermonuclear fire. All right, and I know it's kind of direct how we got started with camp today, but just wanted to get that out there because the spirit, hey, we're hearing not only wars and rumors of wars and earthquakes in diverse places and seeing all the signs, all right, but now talk is even amping up even more. All right, there's actually action behind talks. All right, as you've seen in Iran, all right, all those weapons were left behind. All the weapons were left behind, and the weapons are operable. All right, they have a Black Hawk helicopter that was not damaged, so it can still fly. Tanks and military arms. All right, so all America really did is gear up another nation for war, as they constantly do with every war that they've had thus far. All right.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed.
God, read it one more time.
Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time.
Knowing the time. All right, understanding the time that we are in. Understanding that all these things are coming to pass that the Bible speaks of. All right, that the signs, the earthquakes, all right, the natural disasters and the false flags. The Bible speaks about all this. It might not say false flag, all right, but it tells the deception of men.
And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
High time. It's time to wake up. It's time for you Israelites to come back to your law, statutes, and commandments to understand who you belong to. All right, whose you are. All right, because you belong to Yahweh Shemi Awashai. If your father's line goes back from the so-called Negro, so-called Latino, and so-called Native American man, all right, you are the children of Israel. You are the sons and daughters.
For now is our salvation nearer than we believed.
For now is our salvation nearer than we believe. All right, you see this fucked up world. All right, you live in it. You smell it. You eat the abominable foods out of it. All right, unknowingly, hopefully. All right, because the food is defiled that we eat, no matter what it is. All right, you know Esau Edom, which is the so-called white man, has his hand in everything. All right? Verse 12. You could go to verse 12.
Romans chapter 13, verse 12. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
Hey, put off the days of darkness. All right, wake up. It's about high time. All right, so wake up. Get out of this woman worship. Get out of this vanity, this self-pleasing worship, and pay attention. All right, because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is the light.
I got you. So, verse 13. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying.
God, so when you see Salakia, when you see these riots and everything, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are not supposed to take part of it. All right? Don't take part. It's not for you. This is not our rest. Don't get involved with these Black Lives Matter. All right, the LGBTQ. All right, and their rights. All right? Montan eyes. Women, keep your eyes focused. Pay attention to your man. All right? And lusting after Salakia. Lusting after anything, envying any man for anything. All right, there's no need to envy. All right, come back to your power, which is the power of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, you are the chosen children of Israel. Salvation is for you and you alone. All right, it doesn't belong to anybody else. Only 1/3 of our own people are gonna make it. All right. Go ahead, read that again.
Verse 13, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying.
Not in strife and envy. All right? Don't have that malice built up towards your brothers. All right? Your sisters that are of your nation. All right? Even with the other nations. All right? Because we know their judgment is coming, as well as our judgment. Everybody's going to have to face that judgment seat, whether you be of the nation of Israel or whether you be of another heathen nation. All right? Everybody will face that chair. Okay?
Verse 14, but put ye on the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
God, make no provision. All right? Don't try to bargain and say this is what it is. If I do this, I do this. You're no compromises. All right, you can't compromise this your spiritual riches, all right, and your spiritual body, all right, for this fleshly body, because essentially that's what you're doing. Go ahead and read that again.
Verse 14, but put ye on the Lord Yahushua Hamashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
And how do you put on that body? By understanding the law, statutes, and commandments, coming back, willing to be taught from apostle to Har on down, men teaching the same doctrine, all right, in one mind and one body, all right, on one accord to bring you back, all right. Brothers is not out here because this is a career choice, all right. We didn't wake up one day and was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna be out on the highways and byways. All right, but it is a blessing nonetheless, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai chose us for this career. Abarat is how we be those men to see salvation from our works.
It's not a job to us. It's a privilege. That we were given. That Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Abarat is he preordained us for this. I got something. This First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 5, it says, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness.
God, we are the children of light, all right, and of the day, not of night. All right, because we don't live in gross darkness. All right. We have Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, which is the light of the world. He is the light of the world. All right. His father made him for his nation, his people. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Verse 6 says, therefore, let us not sleep, as do others, but let us watch and be sober.
God, let us watch and be sober. Let us watch and understand the times that we are in, not even coming into. All right, because we're here. Jacob's trouble is here. All right, we're already doing and seeing things and experiencing things that are part of Jacob's trouble. We might not be in the thick of it. All right,
but Canada in the thick of it.
God.
Hey, Australia in the thick of
God. All right.
Who else?
How about Shimmy Awashai is coming? All right, he is coming. The king is on his way.
In verse 7 it says, for they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night.
God, for they that sleep in the night, and they that are drunken be drunken in the night.
They drunk off them false philosophy.
God,
those false doctrines that these false teachers and prophets are throwing in their ear.
God,
confusing them, making them believe that everything's okay, everybody's gonna be all right.
This thing will go back to normal. All right, prosperity doctrine.
Hey, even the leaders, they telling you that, they got this under control, knowing damn well they don't.
God, when they say peace and safety, right? Roughly paraphrasing scripture. You can pull it. They say peace and safety. Hey, it's that time. All right, because they still trying to feed their own bellies. It's amazing how this devil, has geared this thing up, and the biggest financial quarter seasons. All right, we should make it through this so-called holiday season. All right, they have it to collapse right around in the middle of it or thereafter.
Because they came out with a statement that said after October 18th, that people can start losing their Social Security funds, and pretty much that the economy is on a ticking time bomb.
God.
They said, after the 18th, then they can start pretty much taking away those
your pension, your 401k, all that. Yeah, America's going down. They're collapsing the system from within. All right, they're imploding the system. It's not an explosion. All right, it's an implosion.
Just like how they set up the Taliban before they dipped them out of there.
God, they set them up and made sure that they gave them the right amount of weapons. All right, and give them everything that they need. All right, it's not a coincidence that the so-called this Queendom's army, all right, leaves, and then immediately after, the Taliban takes power.
Right.
And it's a new government.
It wasn't even a day after.
God.
Within that same 24 hours, they already had that shit in wrap.
Right, and so-called America, all right, America is not supposed to negotiate with terrorists. But yet, lo and behold, there's backdoor deals and deals in front of the media that are going down. All right.
Doing that right in front of your face saying, well, the Taliban said this, so we should be fine.
No, he said the Taliban.
Taliban. But that's why in verse 6 of 1 Thessalonians 5 and 6 say, watch and be sober, because we're supposed to keep an eye out for these things. When the stores, stock shelves, aren't being refilled, that's something that's a key, indicator that things are going to shit, man.
God, because when has America ever ran out of food with you fat fuckers? All right, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Not here in America. All right, you got Burger King, you got Walmart, you got McDonald's, you got Arby's, you got all these restaurants. All right, you go to some places in the menu. You go to Subway and they say, "I'm sorry, we don't have chicken." How do you not have chicken? You're Subway, all right? You're a corporation and you don't have chicken. There's a shortage. There's a shortage on coins.
They got an abundance of pork.
Oh God, abundance of pork. Hey, and you know it's hyperinflation because even pork is going up. Even pork is going up.
This is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
When they say peace and safety, all right? And that's what they're saying right now. Maybe not to the extent, but that's what they're getting at. They're like, peace and safety. All we got to do is have everybody take this Maxine Waters, and we'll make sure. Biden's lying. He's scratching his nose and coughing. If that ain't an indicator of the devil lying, I don't know what is. All right? Saying peace and safety. Everything will get back to normal. Why? Because he said it doesn't matter if it takes 6 weeks, 6 months, or 6 days.
Build back better.
God. And you dummies fall for it hook, line, and sinker. All right, you're following these senators and these governors into the bathrooms, going to their homes and everything, and telling them to pass this bill. All right, you need to pass this bill. So yeah, go ahead and pass that bill. This is only an indicator for the fall. All right, Babylon has fallen. Olympus has fallen.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 15. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the power that showeth mercy.
God, there's Yahweh Shem Yahushai that shows mercy. All right, but nobody's going to get mercy on this side. All right, none of you devils and definitely are going to get mercy. All right, only Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's elect is going to get mercy. All right? And that's why it says, I will have mercy only on whom I will have mercy. All right? Which belongs to him. Right? It's nobody else.
Verse 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose I have raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
God, these devils were created, all right, for destruction. All right? Esau, Edom, the whole line was created to be destroyed by the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to show his power. All right? To show the people, to show his nation first and foremost, all right, and to show these other nations, all right, that he is the Most High. He controls the heart of men. All right, he makes everything.
So Daniel said to let all the nations, Daniel 4:17, just roughly quoting it, that to show his placement of power, he'll set up any nation that he will, and chose to set up the basis of men.
God. Hey, if that's not powerful, what is? All right? If Yahweh Bashem Yahushai took his people off the top and put them all the way on the bottom and had the bottom go to the top, he put the base man. All right? I got one. This is Isaiah 25:7. And it reads, and he will destroy in the mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. All right? So people being drunk, all right, being drunk with this doctor, being drunk with the wine of Babylon. All right, the doctrine of Aleister Crowley, do as thy will. All right, because that is a cult. Everything you see here in America and around the world now is a cult, and the cult symbols. All right, because these nations are on one accord. All right. Matter of fact, pull that for me, Psalms 83, and go 2 through 5. All these nations. All right. So it's you so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans. All All right, if your father line goes there, you are the children of Israel. Salvation is for 1/3 of our own nation. All right, 2/3 will be born back on the other side, but you got to perish because you're wicked. All right.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Verse of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Right. Crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. All right? Go ahead. I'm slacking.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together one consent, they are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab and the Hagarites, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines, and the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have opened the children of Lot, Salah.
So these, the so-called Japanese, the so-called Chinese, the so-called Arabians, all right, so-called Hamites, Africans, all right, you so-called Pacific Islanders, the Polynesians, all right,
every other nation
outside of this nation,
play in league with Esau, Edom, and committed offenses against Israel.
God, but 2/3, matter of fact, was right 13. This is 2/3 of our own nation join those wicked ass people. All right,
They're counted as the heathen.
God.
Isaiah 5:22 says, woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strength to mingle strong drink. Then people taking a part of it and working it down the throat of people not even know.
God.
Their philosophy.
God. The devil is not liking what's coming out. The way he picked up. All right? Got it.
Zechariah, book of Zechariah, chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in the land, that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part to the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined. And I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power.
God. So 2/3 of our own people, all right? 2/3 of our own people will be shifted out. All right? They will be counted for the slaughter. All right, but the 1/3 will be refined. All right, when we're Albert Rogers out, we be those men. Lucky, we're being refined right now. All right, from the trials and tribulations that we go through. All right, making our bodies a living sacrifice, giving up the cares of this world, putting off the weak nature. All right, you don't know what brothers have lost. You don't know what sisters have lost. All right, some lost their jobs, some lost their families, some lost their everything. All right.
Hey, the great metaphor for that, for the 1/3, being tried in that fire now is the with
Maxine Waters?
No, the guy who makes refines the silver because he knows that it's done.
Silversmith.
The silversmith. So the silversmith knows that the silver is ready when he can see his own image in it.
God.
And that's the same way that we're being purified now, because we are made in the image of the powers. The image of Yahweh Shai was made in the image of the Father. So until he can see himself and get rid of those and purge out those iniquities and blemishes that we have, we ain't gonna be able to get into the kingdom.
God. And who? that silversmith is Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Nah. With all the chastisements and judgments that he sends out, every day, because we're judged on a daily basis here. Continue. This is Isaiah 29:15. It says, "Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, Who seeth us, and who knoweth us?"
All right, go unto them that hide their counsel to seek deep. All right, these what are those meetings called? It's like a name just slipped my mind. Not their council, but the Bohemian Grove and all those summits. All right, all those summits are got together. All right, and that's one confederate being confederate. All right, to destroy Israel. All right, there's no seat for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans up there. All right, you have no representatives. God, you can consider.
Verse 16, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, He made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, He had no understanding?"
God, can you say that he had no understanding? Or can you say what you're gonna do? All right? That's back to a vessel fit for destruction. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua made a vessel to honor and dishonor. All right? The vessel he chose to honor, all right, was his nation, the nation of Israel, Yasharallah. All right? He chose us. We didn't choose him. All right? We didn't go up to the Most High and was like, look, we gonna cut you a deal. If you choose our nation, we might go off, but we gonna be a good people eventually. Hell no. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said, I want you. All right? The lonely. All right? The low. The least.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 21. Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and unto dishonor? What if the Most High, willing to show his wrath?
Start back from the beginning. Start back from the beginning, and I really lift up your voice on this one.
No, this is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 21. Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?
Yeah, how about Shimmy Yahushua from the same clump? All right, and the same clump is what? Is what? Jacob and Esau came out of the same womb. That's the same clump. All right. He made a vessel to honor and dishonor. For Jacob have I loved, and have for Jacob have I loved, and Esau have I hated. Honor and dishonor. If somebody hates you, that's a dishonor. If somebody loves you, that's an honor.
Verse 22. What if the power willing to shew his wrath and to make his power known endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
How about Shimei Yahushua endured long suffering? All right, watching these devils and these other nations treat his people the way that they do, even though ultimately we went off. All right, our punishment had an end. All right, it had an end, but they continued on. But they continued on. All right, they continued on feeding our nation abominable foods. All right, being the last hired first to be fired. All right, going to our enemies for the wants of all things in every which way, shape, or form, whether it be for water, whether it be for clothes, whether it be for so-called pharmaceutical for things that certain people might need to live. All right, took away the natural medicine and the knowledge of the natural medicine and put pharmaceuticals in play. This witchcraft, keeping the people sick. You can continue. I think it's one more. Right.
I don't think it's very organized.
No. Okay, I thought there was one more.
And you can switch out that honor, for fear and obedience.
God.
Because that's pretty much what it means to have honor for somebody. You gotta obey what they're saying.
God. Hey, if you fear somebody, all right, if you have true fear for somebody and true reverence, you will honor them, all right, especially if it's in the betterment of you, all right, as your parents, all right, when you were coming up, all right, if you ever had a parent that truly cared and they put their foot in your ass, all right, they put their foot in your ass, meaning they wouldn't let you get away with certain dumb shit. They're not gonna let you go and gangbang, all right? They're gonna try to stop you at all costs. They're willing to discipline you, to correct you. That is an honor. Isaiah 30, start at 31. Isaiah 31. Oh, go ahead, pull that free.
This is Romans chapter 10, verse 21. But to Israel he saith, all day long have I stretched forth my hands unto a disobedient and gainsaying people.
God, disobedient and gainsaying. All right? Disobedient and gainsaying people. All right? Being disobedient, not obeying the law, statutes, and commandments. Keep on murmuring. There it goes. All right. Continuing on in your wickedness and not adhering to the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. All right. You got some of you out there who know you are of the nation of Israel. All right. And choose not to adhere. Why? Because it's not good for you. All right. It wouldn't be good for your so-called lifestyle.
Doesn't fit your plans.
God, it doesn't fit your plans.
Even though you wouldn't be building those plans if you had were deeper rooted in this truth, because you would know that there'll be no true satisfaction or gain from it.
God.
Said 30,
31,
31,
and 1.
This is Isaiah. It's Isaiah 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
Hey, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. All right? That's you, especially you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? Woe to you. All right? There's destruction coming to you. That's what that woe is.
Some of y'all already been taking part in this destruction from taking that Kool-Aid, Now you're seeing all the side effects starting to build up. Now there's controversy from medical advisors on it. Yeah, blood clots and a whole bunch of other stuff going on with it. So you actually are helping a mutant. A mutant. You're helping that thing mutate, into something bigger, like a superbug.
God.
As who was that? That was the leader from Trinidad.
Yeah, God. Hey, look it up. It ain't on YouTube no more, but look it up.
They actually before that they had the UN had made a statement. If you were going to take part in it, then you couldn't come to the UN meeting.
God.
You know, so he said he wouldn't be there. And shortly after, he came out with that statement. You know, a new medical.
That's when YouTube came up with more mandates. All right,
and censorship.
And censorship.
You know, for that medical misinformation. Now you say something, they call it medical misinformation. They don't even got to do nothing with the doctor.
God.
Continuing on, it says, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord.
God. Woe unto our people that trust in America. All right. Woe unto our people, the speckled bird. All right. Woe unto all our people. All right. It doesn't matter what nation you're in, that trust in their government. All right. That trust in the government of Babylon. All right. All their governments, because they're military might. All right. Because they have tanks. All right. Because they have horses. All right. Which is that military power. Horsepower.
They're strong in the military, but they can't, they can't even, they wouldn't even be able to stand up, or they're not going to be able to stand up to Yahweh Shai that day. He's going to make them look like real feeble and weak.
Well, he's going to make them stand. All right. He's going to put it in their spirit to fight with all they got.
Right.
All right. And they're still going to be destroyed in 1 hour. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the Egyptian, all right, is once again, no matter what nation, but chiefly America. All right. America, because they have the military might and the power. All right.
Isaiah 9 and 16, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. That goes right into the you follow the
Egyptians.
Well, you follow the blind.
Blind leading the blind, fall into a ditch.
Blind fall into a ditch.
Matthews.
Right, and that's because he know what he's trying to avoid, but he's leading you into a ditch.
God.
And him being darkness, they're literally blind.
God.
They don't have this truth. They physically can't understand it. Physically and spiritually can't grasp it. They're unable to. So even though he can physically see, you following a blind man.
God.
Because his direction is going down in destruction.
God. Going down in destruction in the pits. All right. Bondage. That's slavery.
That's where he's ultimately gonna end up.
Go ahead. You got something?
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 30, verse 10. Thus saith the Lord power, I will also make the multitude of Egypt to cease by the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. He and his people with him, the terrible of the nation, shall be brought to destroy the land, and they shall draw their swords against Egypt and fill the land with the slain. And I will make the rivers dry and sell the land into the hand of the wicked, and will make the land waste, and all that was therein by the hand of strangers. I, the Lord, have spoken it.
God, this happened once before, and it's going to happen again. All right? It is going to happen again. All right? America is that desolate land, as we have started off. All right? It will be that desolate land. It's like a desolate land. It's a foreshadowing. It's a prophecy. All right? Something is spoken before it happens. All right? How about Shimi Al-Shai has ordained it? keep going on that.
This is Isaiah 31 and 2. It says, yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words.
God, yeah, how about Shimei Shai is wise and will bring evil? All right?
This is Ezekiel chapter 30, verse 13. Thus saith the Lord power, I will also destroy the idols, and I will cause their images to cease out of Noph, and there shall be no more a prince of the land of Egypt, and I will put a fear in the land of Egypt.
God, you put a fear in the land of Egypt. Matter of fact, keep going on that. It lines up.
Isaiah 31, we'll start back at the top, verse 2. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity.
Yeah, how about Shimei Shai is not only chiefly going to get his house, because he'll start in his house first, all right, start weeding out, all right, and start going through and destroying the 2/3 of his house. But then chiefly Esau, Edom, all right, and then the help, you other fucking nations.
There's partaking in their with the, you know?
All right, it doesn't matter where you are. All right, we know that the land, this land of America will be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. All right, so if you have some resources to take your ass somewhere else and you're a 2/3, guess what? All right, after that third world war is done, all right, and the kingdom is translated, Yahweh Shimei Shai apparatus out where those men are going to hunt you down. All right, through the will and power of Yahweh Shimei Shai. You know, y'all think, Slocky, y'all think to be in a good case. You think that everything is all right. Everything's going to go back normal. You got your EBT, you know, you got your EBT popping. They just sent you $700 more. All right. They sent you more money and the shelves are getting a lot, emptier and emptier and a lot more expensive. All right. So what is it? What is the increase of your food stamps? All right. Or what is the increase in your pay, your cost of living pay, or anything else? And shit is going up. That's oxymoronic. How do you have inflation? All right. You have inflation. You increase what you make financially. All right. Let's say you make $1,500. They give you another $1,500 a month. All right. Then what's going to happen on top of that? Now your bread costs $34 and milk costs $72.
Right. And it's just going to keep on, you know, what they say in, where's that in? Is it Colombia?
Yeah.
A bag of rice is like $300.
Yep.
$300.
It was 300 American dollars. All right. And matter of fact, talking about the dollar, that bitch is dropping too. A lot of countries are dropping the dollar. All right. The value of the dollar is low. All right. Low. Look it up. Look it up. Only reason why they want to do this, another stimulus, you know, government, whatever, bailout, another fucking huge check, all right, is to keep the government going. How's the government almost broke? That's how you know this bitch is Rome. All right, because Rome did the same thing. Rome went broke. Why? Because Esau, Edom is the true nigga. Niggas is broke. Shit.
The Bible actually refers to them as the digger. You know? Hey, this is Jeremiah 16 verse 15. Jeremiah 16 verse 15 says, "But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers."
God. Where are we?
And we're in North America, ironically enough.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's
Maybe they got it wrong. They call it North America.
Right.
All right.
And that lines up scripturally. Because there's only one other land that is referred to as the North. You know, and in the scriptures, that's Russia.
Right. So North America, all right, where we are. Read that script again just for edification.
Yeah, I'm gonna read down.
Go.
It says, "But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers."
He will bring us again into the land that he gave unto our fathers. All right. Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai drove us out of our land because we disobeyed the law, statutes, and commandments.
We're scattered about through all nations.
God.
So when it says whether he's in the land and talking about the other lands that he drove us out to.
God.
Verse 16, "Behold, I will send for many fishers."
Hey, and we're fishing right now. Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, Abarat is out rid of those men, starting with Apostle Tahar on down. All right, the apostles been fishing for a long time. 30, 40, 30, 20, 17, 19, 22. All right, the apostles and elders have been fishing for a long time. All right, and fishing for men, fishing for the souls of the Israelites.
The elect man, because we know this don't stop until that every member of the elect gets their name written in that book and come back to the light.
God.
Whether you be of a speckled bird or a Gentile foreigner,
God,
we're all Gentile foreigners now.
God, that's man, woman, or child. All right? Until all the names, until the 1/3, the entirety of the 1/3 is written in the book of life, we'll still be in this captivity. All right?
It says, "Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters."
Hey, how about Shemi Al-Shai said he's going to send for hunters? The same men that are fishing, all right? Abarat we are those men. It's the same men that he's going to make hunters. All right? Make hunters to take this devil down through his will and through his power. All right? And you already see it now. Just by the name alone. By calling on the power. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
It doesn't matter what bunker. It doesn't matter what space station. It doesn't matter where in the hell you are. Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai is going to make sure that you're found. It doesn't matter how much military you have, the military complex or whatever. All right, Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai is going to destroy this nation. Destroy you 2/3.
How the scripture says that it will burn the very elements of the earth. Well, anything that you made is made from the earth, so that's not going to stand.
God. Right? Mountains shall be removed out of their place. Everything, the very elements will melt with fervent heat. What are you going to do with 200 million ICBM missiles dropping on America? 200. 200,000.
Verse 17, "For my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes."
Hey, Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai's eyes are on all Esau Edom's ways. All right, his eyes are all over the whole earth. But he's watching this devil. He's watching this devil and letting this devil, playing with this devil's mind to make him think that he's going to perform what he has set up.
He put the spirit on the hopeful elect to do the same. so that we could bring to the news and to the forefront all these all these all this iniquity that this devil's doing in the first place.
God, blow ye the trumpet. All right.
God. Verse 18, and first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land. They have filled mine inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things.
God. Matter of fact, read
God. Verse 18, it says, and first I will recompense their iniquity.
the recompense. All right. What is that recompense?
So he's going to reward you for the shit that you've done.
Righteously. All right. It is a righteous payback, a righteous judgment for you for what you've done. All right. And continue on to listen to what you've done.
Their iniquity and their sin double.
Double. So, like, hey, I'm going to give it back double to you. I want you to have that. Hold this for me. How about Shem Yahushua is asking you, Salaki, not asking you, telling you to hold this.
Hold this L.
God, take this loss.
If they have defiled my land, they have filled mine inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things.
God, how about Shem Yahushua put you base men over his nation? All right, you had an opportunity, you had a chance, and you blew it. He said you could seek out the heavens. If you could seek out the heavens and measure the deep, that he would do away with Israel. All right, that time is short.
Hey, it said you filled. It says they have filled mine inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things. You know, talking about the land first and foremost, but also the people of Israel too.
God.
And polluted their minds with false doctrine. You know, you done injected them with who knows what. You done gave them unlawful food to eat.
God, you can not only give them the unlawful food to eat,
you know, force them to eat it.
Yeah, God, and holidays, these holidays, all right, these spiritual chains, all right, you've put spiritual chains on the nation of Israel, all right, continuously. You revamp them, all right, whether it be through music, all right, because music, you gave them hip hop, started off good and then turned into gangster rap.
But now you got it on a completely lower vibration.
God.
That's even been brought out by musicians themselves. They playing it on This Hurts right now, you know, and look what happened to those, you know, that spoke on it, you know, changed the frequency that they made their music on. You know, more than likely they're not around them.
And man, they're destroying. They start destroying the minds of the people. All right, of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh's people. It goes back into the Willie Lynch. Destroy the mind, keep the body. All right, but now these devils are sick of the mind and body. All right, we at that time. This devil was looking to get rid of this cattle entirety, in its entirety. This is a stock that he doesn't want. All right, the nation of Esau, Edom, is looking to be confederate, all right? So the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. No more. This is the time that he thinks he's going to perform it. All right? Through the mandates, through the juice. Squeeze the juice. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to put you in between a rock and a hard place. All right, you can't eat, you can't work, you can't provide.
The hour of temptation coming to the forefront, and you know, we got to get through that that prophecy of the MOTB first.
Con.
You know, and then you're really gonna be at the we're gonna be at that highest point of Jacob's trouble.
Hey, we're gonna be what they call it. We're gonna be at the pinnacle of Jacob's trouble.
Bring this out real quick.
God.
This is Matthew 10 and 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
And this is hell. If you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans aren't living in hell, well, shit, I don't know what is. This is hell. I don't care how much money you have. You wake up, you got to go to work. That's hell. You wake up, your body's aching. That's a hell. All right? You live on the streets. Your conditions are not the best conditions. That's hell. I don't care if you have a 3-bedroom apartment, $20,000 in the bank, and your car is paid off and your children are fed. You're still living in hell.
And Esau don't have the capability to destroy your soul. But what he does is, since he's the devil, that word devil means deceiver. So he deceives you into you he traps you into doing it yourself.
God. Hey.
By going off. and making you think that you're forced into this corner. But you don't have and you'll go for that if you don't have this knowledge and wisdom.
God.
Saying Isaiah 33 and 6. Knowledge and wisdom be the stability of thy times.
God. Hey.
And fear of the Lord is the treasure of him.
God. You could have the best car out here and everything, and you still got to take that bitch to the shop. That's a hell. How you spend $100,000 on a vehicle and it break down and you got to pay $11,000 to get it fixed. All right. Go ahead, pull that up.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it?
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city? All right. Shall not the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai be out here speaking unto you, calling you back into remembrance, Israel? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? Shall it be blown? All right, should you not have fear? You think this book is all full of fucking rainbows? You think it's a good thing for you? You 2/3? All right, because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is about balance. It's a balance. 1/3 glorifies in this book. All right, 1/3 of the nation of Israel glorifies in the doctrine of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, of the Bible, New Testament and Old Testament, in its entirety.
For they may think that they're in a good case, that goes for you, Jack, out there too.
God.
Verse 7. Surely the Lord power.
Read that again.
Okay. Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
The trumpet is being blown from Apostle Tahar on down. Blowing the trumpet.
Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it?
When you see these George Floyds and all these wicked ass niggas getting killed and all these wicked ass females getting killed, have Yahweh Bashim Yahushai not done it? Have he not sanctioned your death for being disobedient? He is Yahshua. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has Yasharallah. All right? Yasharallah, his nation. All right? But Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is a terror. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is a terror. All right? And what do they call him? Al-Ashadya. All right? The demon-like power. That's what they call the Most High. And his son, the power. Because he controls the left and the right. Read it again from the top. And I'm going to shut up.
Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it? Verse 7. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets.
God, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai has revealed his secrets unto us. Abaratazah, we be those men, starting with Apostle Tahar on down. All right, and every man in his measure. All right, because we don't know what Apostle Tahar, Apostle Ramlah, elders and brothers who are elder than us that have the knowledge and have the knowledge of the truth longer. All right, in its entirety. We have the measure that is given unto each man to make up the body of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. So for you new Jakes out there, and for you other camps, if you're not teaching the doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, starting with the Apostle Tahar on down, shut the fuck up. Shut up. All right, because you're not adding to the body. You're continuing to make confusion for the elect. All right, if you're a part of the elect, adhere to the law, statutes, and commandments and the word that is being spoken. Come out of the fucked up camps. All right? No. Teach the right doctrine. Even if you're out there alone, you're not alone in the spirit.
Book of Sirach, chapter 43, in verse 29, it says, the Lord is terrible and very great and marvelous in his power.
How about Shemi Al-Shar is terrible and very, very great and marvelous in his power. All right, you marvel at everything that Yahweh Shemi Al-Shar does. All right, if you are in the woods, all right, or if you go and you see a fucking river flowing, all right, do you not marvel at it? We got geese or ducks or whatever they are sitting in the field. All right, that's a marvel. All right, this grass was brown a week ago, and now it's green with ducks sitting on it. That's a marvel.
Proverbs 16 and verse 4 says, the Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has made even the wicked, even Esau, Edom, even these other nations, all right, for his purpose, for a day of evil.
You know, and like the brother was saying, that these other camps out here that are going on, you know, ultimately the Most High set them up to weed out those people in you know, in this truth that aren't of the elect.
God.
Because this is we'll jump in Matthew 24. Where's the secret area? 44 and 23. Yeah. So for there, this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. For there shall arise false Mashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
God, show great signs and wonders. Show great, matter of fact, hold that, what you got right there, full Revelation 13, and jump directly into 15. All right, show great signs and wonders. The great signs and wonders you're starting to see now.
Let me break down a little bit. It says, behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not.
God. All right. Go ahead.
That's the same, man. That shows that, you know, people are going to get, you know, some are going to fall for that, their sorcery. And others, you know, it's not even going to affect.
You're going to get got.
Because Yahweh is going to have a spirit on us, you know, not to believe it.
God.
And we're going to see through, see through his transparency.
God. Go to that and put a strong thing.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
All right. If you don't bow down to this image, all right, this image, and we know this has happened before, all right, in the Tower of Babel, all right, we're supposed to be one people, one nation under God. No, absolutely not. I don't want to be a part of your nation. All right. I am here due to bondage. All right. The bondage of my ancestors put me here. Has put brothers here. Has put sisters here. That's why we're here. All right. And because it was Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's will first and foremost, because we went off as a nation of Israel. He scattered us amongst all nations. For we are yet this day still in our captivity. Go ahead.
Verse 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor,
All small and great, rich and poor,
free and bond,
to receive the charagma. All right? To receive the charagma. In where?
In their right hand,
In their right hand, all
or,
right?
or in their forehead.
Or in their foreheads. Elon Musk, Neuralink. All right? The charagma is the RFID. RFID chip is the charagma. All right? You see it with these doors. All right? These doors, the technology. Oh, just wave your hand.
You already got some of these companies in America partaking in it.
God.
These companies got their employees willingly, ignorant or not, of what it is, putting that in their hand to benefit the ease of access of things.
God. So they can be connected to the Internet of Things.
Right. You got man already with the chip in him, to monitor his heart rate.
God.
That's just the first of it. They're gonna have it to monitor diabetes.
That's the
cancer,
wonders.
To this virus.
Right? That's the wonders.
All
right.
The Crown Royale.
It's the wonders and the miracles. All right. Oh my goodness! Look, I can open a door. It's like magic.
Hey, Elon Musk wants that come in the car with your mind.
Right. It's magic. No, it's technology. It's technology of the devil. It's the sword of the devil. All right. This is his sword. All right. Whether it be used on a minimal scale or whether it be used on a large scale, from the robot gnats or the robot whatever they are, mosquitoes.
Yeah.
All right. All the way into the ICBM.
Nanotechnology.
To the nanotechnology. No matter what it is, that is part of the sword. You think there was only one sword created? Aren't there samurai swords? A different dagger and blade?
Yeah,
katanas. All right. The Chinese sword, you got so many different types of swords. Why wouldn't Esau Edom have more than one sword? Multiple different fashions he puts it on.
He's trying to he's trying to appeal to the masses, and whatever he has to do to get there, he's gonna do it.
Just like a whore.
Until first it's gonna be, him by persuasion, and then it's gonna be by force.
That's what the governor said. That governor, what is it, Florida or wherever?
I don't know where he was from.
Whatever. But he already said it.
Saying that, we asked politely.
We asked politely. We gave you incentives. We asked politely. We gave you incentives.
You didn't take the
You
Krispy
didn't
Kreme
take
from
it. You didn't take it. So now we're gonna round you up.
You ain't take the what they have out here, the jab and the jiggle.
You didn't take the juice in a beer. All right. You didn't take the juice in the beer. You didn't take free tickets to the concert. But wait a minute. It's all of your own monkeys. All right. They're out here to entertain you. You don't want to?
Yeah, you didn't take it to go see the Raiders.
Right.
Hey, you didn't take it to keep playing in the NBA.
Hey, and this, this devil is crafty. All right. Resist. All right. Be thou faithful until death. All right. Resist this devil. Resist all his juice, his ways, his gifts. All right. For a gift destroyeth the heart. All right. Go ahead and continue on that. Look. Come on, the incentives.
Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. 18, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
666. All right. Look, these devils have continuously. This is gradualism at its second finest. All right. And I say second finest because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai works with gradualism too. All right. These prophecies are happening gradually.
This is a gradualism on the finest of the left hand side.
God. The finest on the left hand side. All right. We'll go back to 31 for me.
See?
Yeah.
What did you want me to pour?
Yeah, pull a strong tower slack. I thought you already had that. You already got it pulled up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got both.
Yeah, that's, do the strong tower, and then I'll go back to Isaiah.
You know where I left off?
You left off on 2. So we'd be on 3, entering 3.
All right, this is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
The name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is a strong tower. All right? You run into it and you believe with all your heart. All right? All your mind. You give up the cares of this world. All right? And seek Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, roughly paraphrasing scripture, 10 times more. All right? 10 times more.
To receive, and that 10 times more going to lead into 100-fold in the kingdom.
God.
And
that's a great investment.
Those are great odds. Yeah, great investment. That's that's exponential growth.
Right. That's that's the type of portfolio that you want to have. All right.
That's better than any odds in the casino.
Right.
You know.
You take a gamble on everything else, but you're not going to gamble on your salvation, which is a sure thing. If you adhere to the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability.
That's all you really have to do.
And believe.
You
and repent,
you have to repent and bear that cross, but that's really
betterment of you.
And the whole grand scheme of things, we had the game plan from the jump.
God.
He gave us his laws. The laws are the way of life. To live righteously, and ultimately, by keeping those laws, everything would be, where it's supposed to be. But we're not talking about that because that already happened.
God.
This is Isaiah 31, verse 3. It says, now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their horses flesh and not spirit.
Look, the Egyptians are men. All right? Esau, Edom is a man. All right? Moab is a man. Russia is a man. All right? We know these are all men. All right? And their horses are flesh. All right? And whether it's talking about an actual horse, all right, of flesh, or whether it's made up of elements, you can consider that flesh too. Why? Because cannot flesh be destroyed? Every element will melt with fervent heat, such as your body. Your body is made up what? Of the elements.
Right, from the depths of the earth he created.
God.
Where I'll start.
So it is all flesh.
That in this body, all you're guaranteed is what? Death and taxes, right?
God. Death and taxes.
Meet Joe Black. Now, this is Psalms 118 and verse 8. It says, "It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man."
Hey, it is better to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai than to put confidence in this man. All right? To put the confidence in man or his system. All right? To put confidence in a woman. And definitely not. All right? It's better to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It's better to trust in his ways. The ways that he set up, laws, statutes, and commandments for us. All right? To govern other nations, but first and foremost to govern ourselves, to understand this is a self-betterment, all right, for the nation. Each and every man, child, and woman of Israel will be in order, all right, and that is the best plan for our nation. There is no other plan. There's no fucking plan B. All right? This plan cannot be aborted.
Proverbs 16:25, "There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death."
God. There's a way that seemeth right to a man. All right? You think you're right because you got a 5-figure salary. You think you're right because you got the baddest chick on your block. You got a mouthpiece. You can play ball. All right? You think you're right. It seemed right unto you. All right? It seemed right unto you. You think you're right because you in that prosperity doctrine, you in the Harlot house, you clapping your hands. You was just at the club with this hoe last night. And she married. All right? And then you hit a jackpot. You think Yahweh Shem Yahushai has favor on you. It seemed right unto you. Well, obviously everything must be going pretty good. Most High must be dealing with me. Thank you, Jesus.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 19 says, "Let no man, for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High, for it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness."
God, foolishness. Which everything that you think, your wisdom, all right? I'm a Creflo Dollar. I'm a TD Fakes. I'm a Steve Harvey. All right? The wisdom that I have, what a woman wants, blah, 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 etc., etc. Everything. I know all things. No, it is foolish. You are a fool. And it is foolish to Yahweh Shem Yahushai for you to even have that type of pride. God.
So Isaiah 31, sorry, I got to So Isaiah 31 and verse 3 it says, "Now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their horses flesh, and not spirit."
God, because we know those so-called UFOs, or what are the UAPs?
Yeah, UAPs now.
UAPs, all right, are spirits, all right? Those are vehicles of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That is the Elohim, all right? What you want to call the angels.
"When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall all fail together."
God, Yahweh Shem Yahushai said they all shall fail together, all right? Because all these nations are going to come up against each other, all right? They're going to come up against each other, and it's going to be World War III. And then Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to send his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, back. He's going to crack those clouds. When he cracked those clouds, everybody and everything will pause and freeze for that moment. And guess what these devils are going to try to do? All of them. Remember, they're Confederate. They're all going to be confederate to try to take Yahweh Bashim Yahushai out.
Chapter 3 and verse 17. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy.
God. So for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, all right, that's for you. Read it one more time, man.
James 3 and 17. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy.
God, he has that for you, for the nation of Israel. All right? And right now, it's only the 1/3. All right? It's only the 1/3 that's going to be able to receive that.
Because the judgments of the Lord are righteous in all its ways.
God.
You know?
Whether it be on the left or the right-hand side.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 6. That we may buy the poor for silver and the needy for a pair of shoes, get and sell the refuse of the wheat. Verse 7, the Lord has sworn by the excellency of Jacob, surely I will not forget any of their works. Verse 8, shall not the land tremble for this, and everyone mourn that dwelleth therein? And it shall rise up wholly as a flood, and it shall be cast out and drowned as by the flood of Egypt. Verse 9, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord power, that I will cause the sun to go down at noon, and I will darken the earth in the clear day. 10, and I will turn your feasts into mourning, and all your songs into lamentation. And I will bring up sackcloth upon all loins, and balls upon every head. And I will make it as the mourning of an only son, and end thereof as a bitter day.
God, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to darken this place with those ICBMs. All right? Those ICBM missiles are going to darken the cloud or darken the skies.
Yahweh Shai is going to block out the skies when he first come down. But
God.
then after that mushroom cloud, you know.
Mushroom clouds, plural.
Right, mushroom cloud.
Clouds. It's going to be clouds everywhere. All right.
Verse 11, behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord.
God, and actually that's what we're coming into. From all these mandates and everything you're starting to see, all right, the famine of the word is coming. Right? You got the mandates, you got these guidelines, all right? Here it is. This platform was created for freedom of speech, and now the speech is not so free. All right? Not only do you have ads and everybody trying to get paid off of it, all right, but the freedom of speech is not so free. Why? Because they're stripping away your constitution.
And, you know, that's why that thing with Facebook came up, because platforms like that are you know, now they're breaching your confidentiality.
God.
You know, even Mark Zuckerberg said himself he wouldn't have no Facebook.
Right.
Shit, you stupid? I made this to get rich, not to use it.
Right. I don't put my information on there.
I don't need friends. I got all this money.
Right. But
you need friends.
You're gonna have friends. They're gonna be in the pit right along with him. He's gonna be your best friend.
Don't put the same. They gonna share the same thing.
Right. You gonna eat that
to each other all day about it, how much they hate us.
Right. And you're gonna eat that same mud pie. And that wife that you had, she ain't gonna be there no more. All right? She gonna belong to every Tom, Dick, and Harry in that pit. All right? She, because I believe, what is she? Moab? I think his wife is Moab or something.
Don't know that much. Seen the movie.
This is the book of Obadiah.
All right.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter.
Go back. And we gotta go back and then go to verse Yeah, go back to Amos, and I think it was verse 9, if I remember correctly. The same chapter you want. Read the same thing.
Amos 9.
Amos, chapter 8, verse 9. Yeah.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 9. And it shall come to pass that in the day, saith the Lord power, that I will cause the sun to go down at noon, and I will darken the earth in the clear day. Verse 10, I will turn your feast into mourning.
You will turn your feast into mourning. So Thanksgiving, all right? Your celebration of Jebus, all right? Your Valentine's Day, your Memorial Day. Yeah, it's going to be a memorial, all right? All your wicked holidays. The Jubilee, all right? Whatever it is, whatever abominable holiday it is, he is going to turn that feast, and it is going to become a mourning.
And all your songs into lamentation.
All your songs are going to be like, oh, my back and my feet hurt. America is falling. You're already hearing lamentation now. You're hearing lamentations of these devils. Why? What's happening to our country?
Hey, I just had hey, out in what was it? Santa Clara. I don't know if y'all seen it on the group chat, but brother had posted, out in Santa Clara, the a bunch of non-maskers ran into Trader Joe's. And then they were, they're, throwing a little mini riot, in there.
How could you?
They had their own the store associates, fighting against them and shit, saying we're not gonna serve you. Why are you guys, arguing back and forth? There, it was picking up, whatever they were buying and just throwing the money at the cash register. Yeah, I already paid for this. It's just all.
It's a beautiful sight. That's what it was.
Right, and most of them, I don't think I didn't watch the video that long, but I didn't see no Jake in there.
Right.
It was all Edomites and these other heathen nations.
God, hey, and that's the singing. You're singing right now. Your lamentations. You sing those lamentations. If you would only just get the jab, we could go back. We could go back to things the way they were used to be. You a damn lie. It ain't going back. We moving forward.
They was just tired of having to wear the mask.
God, here it is. This devil then told you, if you got the juice, there's no mask, but you still got to wear the mask, and you got the juice.
My literally said you gotta put the mask back on.
All right, and I thought it was only supposed to be one jab for certain juices. All right, but now you get other jabs for one jab. What?
You got the boosters now.
Right? You got boosters.
You're trying to build up that blood clot if it didn't get you the first time.
Right. You got boosters as Jake selling tickets outside of a game. All right.
And they got. I mean, they've had it for a while, but drive in, walk up, any way you could get it.
Anything that you need. I'm your pusher. Right? That's the whole pharmaceutical game.
Then you know that everything you get from that come with 3 more problems, 3 more side effects.
Exactly. They tell you that on the commercials. Hiding in, hey, they like to hide things in plain sight.
I don't think they get advertise it or to vouch for them.
Yeah, there's
on the news about a month ago. I seen this Jake. She was they were comparing the Tuskegee experiment to the vaccines, and why Jake don't want to take the vaccine because some of them, they don't want to take that because of the Tuskegee experiments. And this is another. They felt like this would be another event that would be similar to it.
Right.
But who they put on the forefront?
Eve. of our own nation.
Because her great grandfather, whatever, was a part of that. She said, "Well, these two things are completely different.
Right.
That's why you need to shut the hell up."
Right. Destroyed.
Sirach 12, never trust thy enemy. So he go crouching and humbling himself, saying, meaning that, though he looked like he on your side, though he looked like he taking the low road and giving out the helping hand, his rust not be wiped away.
God. God. One more on that, right? Four. Four. Right there. Yeah.
31.
God.
This is Isaiah 31:4. It says, "For this hath the Lord spoken unto me, like as a lion, the young lion roaring on his prey, and a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him. He will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to the fight for Mount Zion and for the hill thereof."
And Al Baratazar, we are those shepherds. All right, starting with Apostle Tahar on down, calling back to the nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, trying to bring you back into remembrance, for you once knew this. All right, to understand that this heritage belongs to you. All right, we need that 1/3 to come back so we can get up out of here. All right, so the kingdom of heaven can start. So all these other nations at the same time will rejoice. Hey, shit, some of them will rejoice in slavery. All right? When Esau Edom is taken down after that first 200 years, they're going to start rejoicing. Why? Because they're going to see how much better things are getting. All right? Even though that they're going to have to work their ass off. All right? And there will be bloodshed. It's not all going to be sunshine and rainbows for none of y'all. But after it all, after its entirety, all right, you will be able to live and enjoy your families in your land in order and paying tribute to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai first and foremost, and his nation, Yasharallah, for us governing over you in righteousness. There is an order to everything. All right? There's an order to using the bathroom. All right? It's simple. You walk to the bathroom, you take off your clothes or open up your clothes so you can use the restroom, wipe if necessary, and then what do? Pull back up, wash your hands and everything. There's an order. You order food with an order. They take your order. The fuck? Y'all know what? Y'all niggas don't like orders. You only care about ordering fast food. All right? You only care about ordering cable. Ordering the fight. But you don't want to be in order. That's why you must be destroyed. All right?
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
God. All right? So Esau, Edom is in rule. All right? Esau, Edom is in rule. For Jacob is the beginning of the world that followeth. Because Esau, Edom is at its end. Everything that you see about Esau, Edom is letting you know at his end. How you gonna have an old, decrepit president, all right, who can't even hold himself up, who falls, all right, going up the stairs, who who can't have a coherent thought. Choking on his spit, all right? Because America is choking. Choking, all right? This place is going down. Look at everything with the spiritual lens.
Biden, America is the laughing stock of the whole world.
Shit, they were the laughing stock before, but even more so with Biden. All right? You had a gesture, all right? A court gesture in there before, but now you just got a fucking clown. You got a dumbass clown, all right? That doesn't have a routine. He's winging this shit, all right?
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 6, dropping down to verse 16. And why? Because the speech of these things trembleth and is moved, for it knoweth that the end of these things must be changed. 17. And it happened that when I had heard it, I stood up upon my feet and hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. Verse 18, and it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth. 19, and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Sion shall be fulfilled.
God, Yahweh Shimei Shai is coming to check out you true niggas. All right? He's gonna make an inquisition. Hey, why in the hell did you think you can get away with this? All right? Why'd you think? You thought you could get away with this and didn't have to answer? All right, matter of fact, go to Psalms 10. Start at 6.
Book of Psalms chapter 10, verse 6. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity.
God, matter of fact, read it again, start at 5. It's fine.
Okay. Book of Psalms chapter 10, verse 5. His ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity.
Hey, this devil puffers at his enemies. All right? This devil don't think he's ever going to fall. We're the strongest nation on the planet, and the Taliban, all right? That this was bound to happen. We didn't think it was gonna happen so fast, but it was bound to happen. Yeah, because you fucking militarized them, dummy. You and the presidents before. All right? This has been gradualism at its finest on the left-hand side, as the brother is saying. At its finest. All right, this is top tier. Go ahead, continue.
Verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity.
Hey, if Biden, if everybody in the government is not telling a lie, you're a fool. All right? They are all Confederate. They work one lie after another. All right? So if you say this over here, I'm going to say this over here, and it's going to correlate. We're going to make it match up. Why? Because I control everything. I control the media. All right? I control certain nations. So I can make the lie look like the truth. I'll give him just a portion of the truth. Why? To fabricate that beautiful lie.
And once you find the holes, and then you get outcasted for it.
Con.
No.
All right, go ahead, continue.
Verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor.
God, his eyes are privily set against the poor. He murders. All right. Look, the Kool-Aid is murdering. All right. Not only other murders for their sacrifices. All right. For their holiday sacrifices. Right. Not only murdering like that, not only murdering through abortions, not only murdering, rape. What was America founded off of? Rape, robbery, and murder. Go ahead, continue.
Verse 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor.
This nigga is waiting. He is lying in wait. Hey, if you just come over here, if you just do this, or you don't do it, that's okay. We'll wait. We'll wait. Put your ass in a camp and you'll wait. When you wait, you're going to wait on us. Oh, you ready now? Okay, you can go. For a minute until I want to round your ass back up.
He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. Verse 10. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones.
If you could just do this, we could get back to the things as normal. In America and your holidays and everything could be better and be fine. It's these people, all right? But it doesn't matter, because whether it takes 6 days, 6 minutes, or 6 months, it's going to get done.
He tells you all these things with his fingers crossed behind his back.
Looking away out of the camera and scratching his nose a little bit. It's like poker. It's a telltale sign. He's bluffing. There's a little bit more on that, right?
Verse 11. He hath said in his heart, the power hath forgotten, he hideth his face, he will never see it.
God. Yes, hey, said the power will never see it, but Yahweh Shem Yahushai has his eyes set on you wicked. All right, and I think drop down to 11. Yeah. No, it should be down next. 2, 13. No. Okay, I think it's right there. He's angry with the wicked every day. Be right there. He's at 11 and 5. I'm like, I know. I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. 11 and 5.
No, that's the Lord's righteous, but the wicked and that love violence so hated.
Oh, same thing. Sorry, I wasn't looking for that exact one, but
Right. This is Psalms 11 and 5. The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth.
Right. Yahweh Shem Yahushai hates. All right, hates these wicked ass Edomites. All right, hates you 2/3. Hates you other nations that were Confederate. All right? Destroyed, man. All right, go ahead and pull that for me. About to close out. God. 30. Isaiah 30?
Oh, you said Isaiah 30. I thought you said Psalms.
No. Isaiah 30 and 20. What? He's getting it. Isaiah 30 and 20.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 30, and verse 20, it says, and though the Lord give you the bread of the adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner, anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
God, I shall see your teachers. All right. Even though we go through our afflictions, all right, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right, will not have his prophets removed. All right, because we're at hand, the time is at hand. All right. The time is at hand for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, all right, to wake up. All right, to come back into the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. To adhere to the doctrine and to the word. All right. If your seed, all right, if your line, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, if your father's line goes back to that, you are part of the children of Israel. All right. And salvation belongs to you and you alone, no other nation. All right. Read that again for me. And go, matter of fact, go through 21.
This is Isaiah 30:20 says, and though the Lord give you bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not the teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right, and when ye turn to the left.
God, this is the way. All right, this is the way to salvation for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. If your father's line goes back, this is the way. Not the Mother Mary, not Jebus, all right, the Labrador, all right? This is your way to come back. All right, come back and adhere to the law, statutes, and commandments that were written for the Israelites, the nation of Israel. All right?
That's, staying on that straight and narrow path, When you turn to the left and turn to the right, you're gonna fall off.
God.
So you got to stay on that path. That's only as wide as one man at a time.
God. All right. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Hey, how about Shubi Al-Shai? Yet choose Israel. Will have mercy on Jacob. All right? Will have mercy on Jacob. Matter of fact, so I can go to Revelation 13 and 10. And then go continue on that. But after that, go back to Romans. What was it 13 and 10? What you started with? Got.
Revelation 13, verse 10 says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
So this is what you other nations have forward to look to. All right? For 1,000 years, you will be in captivity, in slavery. All right? For 1,000 years. After 1,000 years, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to get rid of the nation of Edom. All right? Esau, Edom will be done away with. All right? I'll continue on that first.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Servants and handmaids. About servants and handmaids, those who lead into captivity shall go into captivity. All right, you led into captivity, now your ass is going to get double back. Pay unto him double. All right, it was 500 years of slavery, you're going to serve 1,000. Go ahead.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Shit, we will rule over our oppressors. If you're not oppressing us, who the hell is? All right, when you can come from another fucking country and come and get a loan, all right? And I've lived here my entire life, and I can't get no loan for $33 million. All right? And that's the number of the devil. All right? They'll give them 33 million. Hey, you know what? Take 33 million. It adds up to a 6. Take 6 million. Take 6,000. Take 600,000. All right? Here, we'll give you college. We'll give you whatever you want. There's only 2 things you got to do. All right? Pay your taxes and oppress the Israelites. Have a great day. Go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believed.
So for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, it's high time to wake out of sleep. All right? Our salvation is nearer than we believe. All right? Nearer than we believe. We've seen the video with all the chariots flying in the sky with the Edomite, get hold of mom. Get hold of mom. Yeah, some shit is about to go down. All right? Y'all brothers got anything else? All right, but with that, we want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. To all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity. To the men, women, and children, listen, learning to the Bayash Davidah, the house of David. This is Men of Valid, Las Vegas camp. All right? I want to say Salakia Shalom from Yasharala, Awa Abal Babal.